Scientists have documented a second plate boundary forming beneath the American West, and most people have never heard of it. It runs for over 1,000 kilometers, 625 miles, along the California-Nevada border. It has produced some of the strongest earthquakes ever recorded in the United States. And on April 14, 2026, it triggered a magnitude 5.7 earthquake near Silver Springs, Nevada, followed by more than 125 aftershocks in less than 48 hours. It is called the Walker Lane, and the data suggests it is in an elevated period of activity right now. When I pulled up the seismic records from the United States Geological Survey after the Silver Springs event, what struck me was not the individual earthquake. It was the pattern. More than 2 million people felt that tremor, from northern Nevada into parts of California. Products flew off shelves in stores more than 50 kilometers, 30 miles from the epicenter. The Shake Alert early warning system gave some residents up to 10 seconds of notice before the shaking arrived. Have you ever felt an earthquake where you live? Drop your city or country in the comments. I read all of them. And Christy Rowe, director of the Nevada Seismological Laboratory, said something that deserves more attention than it received. There is a real probability that one of the aftershocks in this sequence will be larger than the main event itself. Kyron Bogalub, a network seismologist at the University of Nevada, Reno, described Silver Springs as one of the biggest earthquakes in Nevada in the past 60 years, roughly the 7th largest on record. The faults in this region, she said, are capable of producing events between magnitude 6 and magnitude 7. And the Walker Lane, the fault system responsible for the Silver Springs earthquake, is, in her words, the most seismically active part of Nevada. I had been following the Walker Lane research for a while before this event happened. When I went through the studies published by scientists at the University of Nevada, Reno, the scale of what this system actually represents became clear in a way that most earthquake coverage simply does not explain. According to research by Nevada State geologist James Faulds and geologist Colin Henry at the Nevada Bureau of Mines and Geology, the Walker Lane is the most likely candidate to eventually replace the San Andreas as the primary plate boundary between the Pacific and North American plates. This is not a fringe hypothesis. It is peer-reviewed science published in leading geology journals. And understanding what it means requires looking at how plate boundaries actually form, and why the Walker Lane is already absorbing a quarter of all tectonic motion on the American West Coast. The mechanics of how a plate boundary grows are what make the Walker Lane so scientifically compelling. The Pacific and North American plates move relative to each other at approximately 50 millimeters, 2 inches per year. The San Andreas Fault handles roughly 75% of that motion. The remaining 20 to 25%, somewhere between 10 and 12.5 millimeters per year, is being absorbed by the Walker Lane system east of the Sierra Nevada mountain range. Faulds and Henry analyzed the Walker Lane across 3 different scientific timescales: present-day movements captured by geodesy and GPS networks, the past 2 million years reconstructed through paleoseismology, and the long-term structural evolution spanning tens of millions of years. The conclusion, supported by data from the Magnet GPS network at the University of Nevada, is that the Walker Lane has been absorbing a growing share of plate boundary motion over geological time. The San Andreas, meanwhile, is constrained by what geologists call the Big Bend, a kink in the fault's path in Southern California that increasingly resists efficient plate motion. Using the long-term evolutionary record of both systems, Faulds and Henry predict that the northern section of the San Andreas will migrate inland toward the Walker Lane corridor in approximately 7 to 8 million years, establishing it as the new dominant plate boundary. As this happens, the Gulf of California would extend northward. California would become a very long peninsula. Reno, Nevada, would eventually sit on the coast of a new ocean. Let me be precise about the time scale. 7 million years is roughly 500 times longer than all of human civilization. No one will witness the final result. But the process is measurable right now at millimeter scale with satellite-based geodesy, which is exactly what the Magnet network has been confirming for years. I want to be clear about where every piece of information in this video comes from, because the Walker Lane is a topic where speculation and sensationalism are common online. Everything I am discussing here comes directly from the United States Geological Survey, the Nevada Seismological Laboratory, the Nevada Bureau of Mines and Geology at the University of Nevada, Reno, and studies published in peer-reviewed journals. All sources are linked in the description below. No speculation, no extrapolation, only what the data confirms. The Walker Lane differs structurally from the San Andreas in a fundamental way. While the San Andreas is a relatively continuous, well-defined fault trace, the Walker Lane is a broad, discontinuous zone of hundreds of individual faults. This distributed character is part of what makes it scientifically fascinating, and part of what makes its seismic behavior more difficult to model than the San Andreas. It can activate at multiple points in sequences that existing forecasting tools were not designed for. The April 14th earthquake at Silver Springs fits squarely within the Walker Lane's documented behavioral pattern. The Nevada Seismological Laboratory classified it as a left lateral strike slip event. The two sides of the fault moved horizontally past each other at a depth of 10 kilometers, 6 miles. That shallow depth explains why shaking was felt across such a wide area, from northern Nevada into parts of California. By April 15th, field crews from the Nevada Seismological Laboratory had been deployed to install aftershock monitoring stations near the epicenter. That level of rapid field response reflects the scientific seriousness with which seismologists are treating the sequence. The historical record of the Walker Lane is what contextualizes why. The strongest earthquake in Nevada's recorded history occurred along this same system. The Pleasant Valley earthquake of October 2nd, 1915, magnitude 7.3. The shaking lasted between 40 and 55 seconds over a large portion of north-central Nevada. The rupture left a scar on the surface measuring approximately 59 kilometers, 37 miles long, with vertical displacements reaching nearly 2 meters, 6 feet, in places. In December 1932, a magnitude 7.1 earthquake struck Cedar Mountain, Nevada, within the Walker Lane. In October 1954, two major earthquakes, magnitudes 6.8 and 7.2, struck within 4 minutes of each other in the Dixie Valley and Fairview Peak areas. In 2019, the Ridgecrest earthquake, magnitude 7.1, the largest in California in 20 years, ruptured along the southern extension of the same system. In 2020, the Monte Cristo Range event reached magnitude 6.5, the largest in Nevada in 66 years. The 2026 data adds a layer to this picture. Seismic activity across the Walker Lane corridor from early March through mid-April has been running approximately 25% above the 5-year average, based on regional monitoring data. Leave a comment below with the country or city you are watching from. I read every single comment, and your location genuinely helps me decide which geological topics to cover next.